How's it going, everybody? It's TC, and welcome to all the comic cards and autograph fans, especially Star Trek fans. I'm sure this caught your eye. That's why you're looking. I do appreciate all the comments. This is Golden Press Star Trek Enterprise Logs. This is Volume 1. It covers the original Gold Key issues of Star Trek 1 through 8 in here. This came out in '76. Um, I did screw up and did a video. I thought I had done this video. That's why I did video number 2 by mistake first, and then come to find out I hadn't done this one yet. So on the second video, there's going to be some mentions of this one, which hadn't been done yet. And I didn't really want to do the other one again, number 2 again, so I'll correct that in the comments, or in the description of the second one, and probably on this one too. But here you can see the issues. Now what I noticed about these is each issue they have turned into 2 parts, whereas in the original comic they were just basically one self-contained story, one issue, not a part 2, next issue. So here we go. This one's a little beat up, you can see, but it's not too bad, considering I got these for, I think, all 4 of them for less than $20, or right around 20 or so. It's kind of cool here. This one at the beginning, it shows Kirk's like personal file, his little bit of his history in the academy, which is kind of cool. I mean, this would have been the first showing of that I know of. Now, the original comics came out in basically the late '60s. So this was probably, before this, but this is before any mention of it in the movies of his past, or his academy days. Now I'll go through this fairly quickly. Let me get out a little bit further. You can see the whole thing in one shot. I'll have to keep moving it around. It might be hard to see, but at least you'll be able to see both pages at once. I will take and go to one episode, or one issue, and like this one, I'll go ahead and show the whole thing. You just have to pause. If you can see it, you'll just have to pause to read it. Now this particular one, issue number 1, they used to come out with a little thing that was like a little viewer with a little tiny film slide that went in it. It was red and black, and it's kind of shaped like an S. And I had one, and the one I had had this particular comic book issue. Both slides were this issue, number 1 of Gold Key. They did come out with other ones from different shows. They had one for Land of the Giants, which I never got, and I always wanted because that's one of my favorite shows. But I just thought I'd mention it. I might do a video of those slides. Be hard to see, but because I don't have the viewer, all I've got are the slides left now. I think I've got 3 or 4 of them. They came out in, I think, the early to mid '70s, something like, probably the early '70s is what these were. Because I think I was under 10 years old when they came out. This was an interesting issue, number 1, with the Planet of Plant Creatures, whatever. Okay, here's some more sound here. I forgot to do that. A little background. Okay. You'll notice that the uniforms are pretty much different. I mean, they're all the same color. I don't know if these were like supposed to be an away team uniform, but they're definitely all identical. And of course, you got Janice Rand on the team. There's the end of part 1. Here's part 2. Planet of No Return. Now, in this one, I don't see Spock on the landing team, so he must be at the ship. Let's see. Maybe they're just not. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's on the ship. Now, one thing I did note in the second video, which is the issues number 9 through 17, I believe. whoever the artist was, you'll see it, but there's a drastic difference in Spock's look from this one to that one. Unless further on in this, it's changed, but it definitely changed big time. I don't know who the artist was, but I don't think he ever seen the show before. And this one here I always thought was a really good rendition of Kirk. William Shatner. And one of Dr. McCoy, too, is pretty good. Yeah, right there. Okay, that's the end of that one. Then you go up to Devil's Isle of Space, Devil's Isle of Space Part 1. Like I said, I'll just flip through these fairly quick. Don't want the video to be 10-15 minutes long. And it would be, because like I said, these cover 9 issues. So, okay, they hadn't changed Spock. It's a little bit different there on the ears. So this might be a different artist here. I see the uniforms are what they're supposed to be. The colors, anyway. And then, depending on who the artist is, they did not get the colors right. That's for sure. On the second issue, or second log, some of the issues were totally different. I think they had green. They all had green. This one's got green too on this one. That's kind of correct for the tunic that he wore, but not for the regular command shirt. It's more yellow. Interesting phaser rifle. Some of this art almost looks like Kirby. That one there does for sure. The style. Probably somebody who was a fan of him. Now here you can see, look at these ears. Bridge to catastrophe. Now the ears are back to normal. It just depends on how you're looking at him. On this one it's huge. And on some of the other ones, it's fairly small. I don't think the artist really knew what to do with the ears. There's another. There's a core of the ship with flames coming out the back of the nacelles. That's pretty interesting. I don't think the artist really had seen any of the episodes, any of the reruns. Or if he did, he didn't remember it correctly, put it that way. And go right through here. Now here you see they're all wearing the greenish looking outfits instead of their blue, red, and yellow. Now Spock's wearing blue. Oh, look at these ears. Wow, that's amazing. This is like what you'd see on a real cheesy early or mid-50s sci-fi show or movie, with the points of his ears, almost like Batman, coming up above the top of his head almost. Right here. And right there. They almost look like antennae. Like I say, if you want to read any of this, you have to pause it, because here's a portrait of the ship. At least there's not flames coming up the back of the nacelles this time. Ghost Planet, Part 1. Now, I don't have any of these issues personally. I think I started collecting these when they were, somewhere around the late 30s or early 40s issues. But my uncle did give me, he had one, and it was pretty ragged out, but he did give me the one he had, and I think it was either number 2 or number 3. I think it was number 2 with the photo cover. The first, I think, 8 or 10 of them had the photo covers instead of the painted covers. I do remember, though, I told that story in the second video, so I won't bother telling it again, about how I got most of these when I was a kid in the 70s, from the 40s on to the end of the run. Gold Key was kind of sporadic with them. Same with Lost in Space. They would come out with one issue sometimes, and then 6-8 months later there'd be another one, or they'd come out every month. Just depends. I think Lost in Space ended up with 62 or 63 over the course of its run from like 65, right before the actual show, to the mid to late 70s, I believe. Same with this. Lost in Space was about a year or 2 or 3 earlier than this. Maybe 4, because I think this started in 68. I could be wrong. It might be 67, but I think it was 68. Okay. I have not read any of these other than the plant one, the first one, and number 2 or 3, whichever one I actually have. All the others I read when they came out, the 40s and on up. Well, that's interesting. I was zipping around this. Huh. Well, that's different. Meteor's going right through the Enterprise. The Voodoo Planet with the Eiffel Tower. That's kind of different. That's a cool looking car. A page from Scotty's diary. That's neat. A little past of Scotty. Now here it looks like they've gotten the uniforms pretty much right this time. Colors. Except Dr. McCoy's wearing yellow again. This looks like it's a different artist too. I looked on the other video and tried to find a credit for the artist, and there's none. I don't think there was even in the original comics. All they had was the cover artist, whoever did the painting. At least that's what I remember. This didn't show any of them. Unless it's on the first page, the splash page, you don't know who the artist is. Unless you recognize their style, then you might know. Oh, here we go. Profile of an artist. Alberto Giolitti. Huh, that's interesting. I'll pause on that, or let you see that so you can read it. I'm glad that was in there. I didn't know that. Here's the other part. Don't know how many issues he might have done, or if he's maybe the cover artist, but that was cool. And we're back to Spock being the only one with the blue tunic. Blue shirt, rather. I always liked Gold Key. My favorite part of Gold Key were the artwork on the covers. Because most, back in the day, the 60s and up to through the mid-70s, I guess it was, they would do mostly painted covers. Unless it was a TV show. And they would do the first few issues would be photo cover. Or a one-off that was just an issue from a movie. They would do a painted or a photo cover. Oh. I got it shrunk down to a child. That's different. All right. Last couple pages. 223 pages. 224. And the back cover, which has a little, I'm not sure what exactly this is without reading it. It says confidential, Starfleet Command records section. Oh, it's telling about the Enterprise logs. Okay. So there you have it. Enterprise logs number 1, covering issues 1 through 8. The next video, which I've already done, will cover issues 9 through 17, I believe. So y'all take care. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this. And later.